We are all about bringing you the winter season, and we promise this show will be a slam dunk. It's that time of year again. Coon Rapids Dancing with the Stars, and our own Joe Yund is showing you his best moves. So wave that flag, and wait! More of Yund's silky soft moves. Sportsnight is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Ron Burgundy. No, wait, I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howard Shapiro. My mustache had a baby, and there it is on Joe's lip.
I've always wondered if it was the mustache that made Howie the fan favorite,
find out.
And I'm starting to find out that is definitely the case. Yeah. It's all about the stash. But we are back for the winter season. Took a couple of weeks off.
We did.
But boy, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about again, as we are well underway with winter sports. The snow finally coming down outside. It's starting to feel a little bit like winter. We do, before we get into the winter season stuff, we do have to wrap up some stuff from fall. Last time we sat here, we had not finished up with the swimming and diving team. They were on their way to sections. We have some results to show you. The Cardinals finished with some respectable finishes. Galadriel O'Grady was fifth in diving. Megan Schultze was third place in the 100 fly, fourth place in the 100 breast. The 400 free relay team was fourth place. But most impressively, a second place finish for Lindsay Giese. That means a return trip to the state championships. And at state, Giese finishes her career with a 20th place finish in the 200 IM, a time of 2 minutes, 13.76 seconds. A great way for her to go out. I believe her third trip to the state tournament for her career.
Congrats to her. I mean, that's a wonderful career at Coon Rapids and an opportunity to get to the state again, and 20th place finish. Congrats, Lizzie.
And
nice job.
Also, when we did the fall review show, a couple of Coon Rapids runners were getting ready for the cross-country state championships, and there are their finishes. Paul Breitbach in 75th place and senior Nate Muggenberg in 129th. And just to point out, there's about a little more than 20 seconds, less than 30 seconds between them, and there were 50 people coming across the finish line during that time. So now we get into the fall or the winter season, and it always starts with the girls hockey team. They get started a little bit earlier than everybody else, and of course this season Coon Rapids combined with Spring Lake Park, and they are off to a fantastic start. They opened the season with a 5-1 win against Irondale. Mallory Corrigan and Taylor Turnquist each had 2 goals in that game. Brina Del Castillo and Lily Hackett also each had 2 assists. Sammy Miller got the start and the win with 22 saves. Up next, they took on Andover. They beat the Huskies 5-4. Brina Del Castillo, 2 goals and an assist, although we called it a hat trick. And
we did.
There was 1 deflection. Lily Hackett took one away from her, I believe, went off of her.
Yep.
But Hackett will pick up a goal and 2 assists. Taylor Turnquist, a goal and an assist. Alyssa Hansen had a goal as well. Brittany Buell gets the win, making 22 saves. Then it was Champlin Park. The Cardinals down the Rebels. Cardinals and Panthers down the Rebels 5-4. Taylor Turnquist 2 goals, 2 assists. Lily Hackett a pair of goals in that one. Schultze had 2 points as well. Liz Zarate and Alyssa Hansen both had 2 assists in that game as well. That brought us up to about a week ago on Saturday when the Cardinals traveled to Anoka to take on the Tornadoes, hoping to keep that streak alive. Tornadoes were 2-2-1 and had been struggling on the offensive end, averaging less than 2 goals per game. It seemed the cards were stacked in Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids' favor, but it wouldn't be that easy. Anoka on the power play in the second period. Sammy Miller able to stop the first shot, but Lindsay Bratkowski bangs away until she's able to poke the puck home and give the Tornadoes a 3-1 lead. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids answers late in the period. Taylor Turnquist drops it off. Lily Hackett finds the top shelf. 3-2 going to the third. SLPCR evens the score on the power play early in the final period. Turnquist a beautiful feed cross ice. Alyssa Hansen finds the short side to beat the keeper. It's 3-all. Tornadoes get back in front with 5 minutes left. Cassidy Motter carries down the wing. Centers for Cassie Berkey on the one-timer. Anoka back in front. SLPCR answers again on the power play. Lily Hackett weaves through traffic, then drops it back for Brina Del Castillo. puts it home, evens the score with just over a minute left in regulation. Move to overtime, and Oka just clearing the zone. That creates a race for the puck. Lauren Brown gets there first, puts it toward the net, and it flutters past Miller, giving the Tornadoes the 5-4 win in overtime. Kind of a heartbreaker, a tough way to lose that streak, especially on such a weird goal. That puck just end over end tumbled its way through the pads of Miller.
We'll continue on, obviously, but they've been a fun team to watch this year. They've been scoring a lot of goals, and that's exciting. Good offense. I know their defense would like to get a little tighter. They don't want to lose games or win games 5-4. They want to control games, but as long as you're on top, and if you've got the 5 and your opponent has the 4, you'll take it every night.
Well, how about a 5-2 win?
We'll take that as well.
Because that's what came up next against Centennial. Taylor Turnquist, hats off to you in this one, getting the hat trick plus an assist. Hannah Schultz had 3 points. Alyssa Hansen a goal and an assist. Lily Hackett 2 assists. Sammy Miller gets the win with 25 saves. And then it was moving up to St. Cloud over this past weekend. They beat St. Cloud 3-1. Taylor Turnquist again 2 goals. Lily Hackett a goal and an assist. Del Castillo and Crawford each had an assist, and Sammy Miller got the win with 25 saves. And then it's a 4-1 win over Sartell Sauk Rapids. Turnquist, goal, 2 assists. Hannah Schultz, 2 goals. Gabby Loma with a goal. Brittany Buell gets the win, makes 16 saves, just gives up the 1. But yeah, lots of goals being scored for the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad.
Coming into this point of the season at 6-1, that's a nice record to have. We obviously had a chance to watch the Cardinals last season. Some really nice additions from the Spring Lake Park Panther squad. Taylor Turnquist, very good, very good hockey player.
A lot of nice players,
yep.
and it's just a fun team to watch, and it's been impressive to see how quickly they have gotten this team together. But we'll get into that as we talk about a preview. Girls hockey team, as we mentioned, already about a quarter of a way through their regular season schedule, and they're off to a great start. No one was quite sure what to expect when these two teams combined over the summer, but the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad is quickly making a name for themselves, and the top teams in the conference better take notice and be ready when they take the ice.
We're getting better every day, every game, every practice. I think we have great leadership and character. We've had some games where we were down and came back. I don't know, we're at a good place right now.
It may be a little surprising, and it's definitely impressive how quickly these two programs merged and came out as one team. There are still some things they're learning as they go, but for the most part, they're making it look easy.
I think some of the challenges are just system-wise. Coon Rapids had their systems last year and we had our systems this year, so I think coming together to be one team has been the most difficult, but I think we're doing pretty well.
The split on the varsity squad is pretty close to 50-50 between the Cardinals and the Panthers. At game time, it's a little hard to believe these girls haven't been playing together for years. But behind the scenes is where the real work is being done to unite as one.
Well, of course, we're here at our rink for 2 weeks and their rink for 2 weeks, and then just the different traditions that they have and we have. When they have a home game, they do the stick taps on the ice, and you can't step on the rug. That was tough for us in the beginning because if you step on it, you have to do 10 push-ups. So we're doing lots of push-ups, and it's kind of cool. Every away game, Coon Rapids always sings our school song, and so they started doing that with us because they have a school song. So they started doing that, and they learned the school song. So I thought that was really cool.
The team's strength and depth is clearly showing early in the season, and there's no reason to believe that will change as they get deeper into their conference schedule.
I think we'll be a hard-working team, a team that's really hard to play against. We got some great players, but we also have a really deep team. We're using the puck really well, using everyone on the ice, and I would just mostly say we're going to be a hard physical team to play against.
The girls from both schools know the merger gives them a great opportunity to be a contender in the Northwest Suburban, an opportunity they probably wouldn't have had if they hadn't combined forces. They're all planning on making the most of the opportunity and continuing to get stronger as they progress through their schedule.
I think we could be very good if we keep up our work ethic. And if we continue to work really hard in practice and work on our communication more and just continue to be one team.
So very exciting, ready to start this season. They're off to a great start, putting a lot of pucks in the net, and they're fun to watch. A very dynamic team, a good split between Spring Lake Park and Coon Rapids. This is a combo that's going to last at least 2 seasons, and then they'll reevaluate.
Right. And an exciting matchup coming up, and maybe by the time you're watching this show, it'll be over with. But the 7-0 Elk River Elks against the 6-1 SLPCR squad should be a nice matchup.
Yeah, that's Tuesday night over at Fogarty, and then they host Maple Grove next Tuesday, and I believe that is also at Fogarty.
That would be correct. Well, the boys, we've got to talk a little boys hockey as well. The boys hockey team opened its schedule last week, hosting a Northwest suburban rival, Anoka. Their Tornadoes finished last season as one of the hottest teams in the Metro and came in looking to make a statement against Coon Rapids. The Cardinals started well, but couldn't keep the pace at the end. Just 3 minutes into the game, great pressure by Mike Fredrickson as he gets the steal and then beats the keeper high on the short side, give the Cards an very early 1-0 lead. Things change quickly in the second period. Anoka's Carter Perry gets the puck, flies down the wing, gaining the corner and slipping it past Nash on the short side to even the score. Now the Tornadoes are going to dominate the middle period. Good possession down low. Michael Talbot slides it out front to Blake Newman. Wide open net gives the Anoka Tornadoes the lead. They outshot the Cardinals 16-1 in the second. They add the lead on a power play. Big one-timer for Reese Grayler puts them up 3-1 and in complete control as we move into the third period.
Where's my water bottle?
Their power play continues to impress in the final frame. Colin Hands fires this one through traffic at the back of the net to make it a 3-goal lead. They add another power play goal to complete the scoring and win the game by a score of 5-1. And they really did dominate Coon Rapids in that game. Cardinals having a really difficult time getting shots on net.
Well, and a little frustrated in the third period. That's why they took so many penalties. And talking to Coach Mo after the game, he says, we haven't had a lot of time to work on our special teams yet. We know that our shorthanded play is not where we want it to be, and you definitely can't give a team that's that good on the power play that many opportunities. Anoka will be a team to watch.
Absolutely.
Boys hockey team did bounce back, get their first win of the season last Friday, beating Simley 5-2. Mike Fredrickson, a goal and 2 assists. Noah Koss had 1 of each. Zach Thompson had a pair of assists. Your other goals go to Travis Hess, Robert Morissette, and Pitlick. Different game. There it is. They lost to Parker Cottage Grove. Same score. Opposite result. Deshaun Smith got the only goal for the Cardinals. Peyton Nash made 40 saves, but the Cardinals fall 4-1.
Well, it's certainly nice to get those 5 goals in that middle game. They will
need to be able to put up that kind of offensive pressure a little more consistently.
Absolutely.
However,
that will be the key. Well, coming off a season just 4 wins, the Cardinals know they have some work to do to be relevant in conference play, but they feel they've got the team to take that extra step. The Cardinals have a lot of new faces on the bench this season. They may take some time for them to catch up to the varsity speed. Still, they're confident they have the work ethic and desire to get this program headed in the right direction.
The fact that we just competed and that we know what we can fix, and I think there'll be some simple things to fix.
Despite being heavily outplayed in their season opener, the Cardinals and their coaches were quite upbeat about their team this year.
I thought we kept a positive attitude. We kept battling and never gave up.
Our mind frame is right. It's just getting comfortable and anticipating when we see something, just react to it rather than waiting to say, oh, I should have done it, and then going.
The struggles the Cardinals are experiencing early in the season were really to be expected. You can't come into a season with this many new faces and expect everyone to be clicking together right away. It'll be something they need to work on.
Just getting comfortable with each other. Just a lot of new guys, a lot of new pairings going on. Once we get comfortable with each other, it'll be a lot better. Start getting rolling.
In order to make it look easier, the coaching staff knows they need to make some adjustments to their systems in order to get everyone on the same page a little bit quicker.
Main focus is going to be to simplify our game a little bit. I think after the first period I talked about how we needed to simplify it. We were trying too many long passes or missing the short pass. So I think our practices are going to be a lot of flow with a lot of short passes, quick passes. And then when we go full ice, it's going to be simple to just dump it in, get deep, and get after it. And then when we're good at doing that, let's worry about line rushes.
That means the way the team plays will evolve as they move through the schedule. As the younger players become more comfortable with the speed and physicality of the varsity game, the Cardinals will be able to add more complex pieces to their systems. One big piece will be trying to create more offense. The Cardinals have struggled for years to put more pressure on opposing goalkeepers. It's something they hope to start turning around in 2015-16. The Cardinals know they will be underdogs most nights of this year, and while they may have less size and skill than some of the other teams in the conference, they plan to be never outworked.
We need to just come as a team together and work with each other, pass the puck. Just keep battling, and hard work will pay off.
Well, we certainly hope that they'll be able to live up to what they believe they can be. I think they have a lot of good players.
They do.
Again, it's a very tough conference to play in. They're going to face really tough competition night in and night out. The key will be not getting frustrated and continuing to compete, like both captains and Coach Mo talked about. Just going out there and competing and hoping that at the end they find a few more wins this season.
Well, and this is the second year of Coach Mo's program, and he's looking to work his systems and get his players to play the way he feels that they need to play, and that'll come in time. But again, this is a team that has some things to work up, but would definitely like to become more offensive.
Well, they will have their work cut out for them. They're at Maple Grove on Thursday and at Totino on Saturday. We'll have results for you next week on Sportsnight. Wrestling team started its season over the holiday weekend with the Hastings Duels. Always some great competition. Cardinals looking good. They beat up on Winona 57-14, and then a tight win over another Section 7 rival, Forest Lake, 30-27. But they run into Albert Lee. Albert Lee ranked, I think, fourth in the state in AA right now. Albert Lee's pretty good. They handled the Cardinals 46-10, but some good results. Josh Bryant, 160 pounds, went 3-0 with 2 pins and a major decision. Aaron Ness was 3-0 at 182. Jared Crawford also undefeated at 145. Zach Thomas, Vitaly Bach, and Tim Mandyke all posted 2-1 records over that weekend. Definitely a good start for the Cardinals wrestling program, which is consistently one of the best programs at Coon Rapids High School. One of the keys to their long-standing tradition of success is their ability to reload. A very strong youth program helps them continue to move quality wrestlers into the varsity lineup, and that will once again be on display as they go to the mat this season.
I'm actually really liking what I'm seeing. We're a young team so far, but we're learning really quick, and I'm loving the pace that we're learning this year.
The Cardinals lost a lot of talent and experience to graduation, but they won't use that as an excuse. Instead, they will use it as a motivator, a need to prove themselves to their opponents each and every time they take the mat. There are clearly some question marks in the lineup at the start of the season. The Cardinals are confident their veterans will give them a chance to win every night.
We can see it. There's going to be a lot of new younger guys. Lower weights might be a little tough to figure out, but all the higher weights, I'm pretty sure we'll figure it out.
The Cardinals start the season ranked 15th in the state. It's lower than usual and is undoubtedly due to the amount of talent they lost to graduation. It's another great motivator for this team, and they're very aware what they need to improve on in order to show they deserve to be considered higher among the state's elite.
We're not the best at getting out from underneath, but we're working really hard on it. Working really hard defense for legs so that we never actually get taken down. I think we're going to be pretty solid there.
The Cardinals will have to take down several other top contenders if they hope to be in the mix at the end. Conference and section rival Anoka opens the season ranked 4th, and another Section 7 team, St. Francis, is a couple of spots ahead of Coon Rapids in those rankings as well. Coach Adams knows that if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So once again, the Cardinals' non-conference schedule is stacked with some of the best squads in the state. That will prepare them for the push when tournament time comes.
We haven't let up on our schedule. In fact, we made our schedule even stronger than it was last year. Okay. And so our guys better be ready every single week. We don't have any weeks off.
Cardinals, a big matchup coming up on Thursday. They're at St. Francis. St. Francis a couple of spots ahead of them in the rankings early in the season. Another Section 7 rival. I believe last year they ended up tying. Some penalty points cost the Cardinals a victory. They're hoping to redeem themselves this year. And then on Saturday, they host the Board Highland Duels, and that always brings some great competition right into their own backyard.
Yeah, and they come into the season at ranked 15th. And I know Coach Adams, he doesn't pay attention to rankings, but that win over Forest Lake for them, early win against a section opponent, that was big, and it was a nail biter, as he explained to us. And so always a good program, always some stiff competition, and that this match coming up this week will be another one for them.
Yeah, a couple other programs just getting underway, and we hope to catch up with them and get you previews of those programs here in the following weeks. Gymnastics team's first meet is at Osseo on Thursday. They're at Park Center next Thursday. Swimming and diving team will start at Park Center next Thursday, then have the Northwest Suburban Conference relays that following Saturday. Nordic team, originally, when I was putting the show together, as we went through the weekend, I was thinking there's no way there's going to be able to start the season on Thursday, but Mother Nature is saying, hey, it's time to get out on the skis, so they might have some actual natural snow to ski on. They've got a Northwest Suburban Conference age group skate race on Thursday at Elm Creek, and then the age group classic race is next Wednesday. Alpine team starts next Thursday Thursday the 17th at Trollhagen. Their second race will be on Tuesday the 5th of January at Wild Mountain. Boys basketball team already underway. They started with a trip to take on Hastings, and they lose this one in a close one, 65-59. Lowell led the team with 19 points, also had 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Tyrion Johnson, the double-double to start the season, 16 points, 11 boards, also added 5 steals and 5 assists. Jake Tumovic had 11 points, 6 boards, and Brandon Pratt had 5 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Last Tuesday, the Cardinals on the road again, facing another tough non-conference challenge from North St. Paul. Coon Rapids looked relatively sharp in the opener, but the Polars would prove to be a more significant challenge. As it turned out, the Cardinals' struggles with consistency allowed this one to slip away early. Cardinals down 5 early in the game. Tyrion Johnson drives and dishes. Domovic knocks down the 3 to get it back to a 1-possession game. Still in the first half, Coon Rapids working outside in. Nick Keller able to take it up strong and score in the paint. The game is still close. The Polars start to pull away before the break. Keller with a nice move to split the defense, lay it up and in, but North leads by 16 at that point. Second half, Polars start to pull away for good, coming down court with numbers. First shot is short, but Jake Weber is there to clean up the glass. Polars lead by 29. More offense for the home team. Bryce Phillips left all alone on the wing, and he makes the 3 look easy. North rolls past the Cardinals 73-41 the final, and I guarantee there wasn't a single happy Cardinal at the end of that game.
Coach O told me, we chatted a little bit, text I should say, through over this last game, and he said really North St. Paul, one of the better teams that they've had at that school in quite a long time. They're expecting a lot. I think Coon Rapids, they're working some things out. They'd like a little more production from their guys down low, which they lacked in the first 2 games. That will come because those are some of their most experienced players. But I think that they're not happy with obviously not getting a win, but happy that things are progressing in the right direction.
Well, and I think what they've seen from Tyrion Johnson, just based on what I've seen in the score sheets, that's got to be a good thing for them. And not only that, but you saw in the video he can handle the rock.
He can
and control that offense, and that's something this team will need.
Well, the boys basketball team will open its conference schedule this week, hosting Park Center on Friday night. We'll be there. This is a Cardinals team that has taken some decent steps the past few years, but they would like to take some more significant strides this season. They return a lot of veteran players and think this could be the year they really set their program on a course towards success.
I'm really excited for the development of this team this year.
Development is the key for this program. They haven't had a lot of success the past few years, and they're hoping this is the year they'll be able to take a giant leap forward. They lost a couple of important pieces from last year's team, but they returned so much more, and they come in determined to be better.
Just the feel, you can just feel it in the gym. We've been working a lot harder. We've been playing a lot better over the summer and in fall. So I think that is a big thing, and I just think that we just have a different energy this season, that we know we could play better than last season, and it's time to be a better basketball team.
Many of the teams in the Northwest Suburban may look at games against Coon Rapids as easy wins, but that's something this team is determined to change. They take a lot of pride in their defense and believe that will help them become more a feared opponent around the league.
Our identity is to just work hard and make life tough on our opponents. We're just going to work hard, grind out possessions, do what we can to get a win.
The Cardinals are still a relatively young squad, but they do have a fair amount of experience. They have a lot of good players, but they know the key to being the team they want to be is unity.
Coming together as a team and playing as one. Just because if we do that and we make teams scramble on offense and we play our game in general, I know we'll be successful.
We need all 5 pieces on that court to be in harmony, to be working together, because if we don't, we will struggle. But together, I really think that we could become that team, that just a pesky team, a team you don't really want to play, a team you have to really prepare for, because it's always moving on both sides of the ball. We're just always causing chaos and confusion. We're getting there. Consistency is definitely what we need.
The Cardinals' first goal will be to win more games than last year. They hope that will come early in the season, and they don't plan to stop there. They want to prove they deserve respect. The team looks forward to challenging everyone's perception of the Cardinals, both in the school and around the league, and becoming the team they know they can be.
I'm also looking forward to the season in general because we work so hard in the off season, and I'm just excited to see what happens.
Yeah, Howie, very excited to see what this team can do. You know, this is a program that has struggled. 2 wins last year, 1 year the year before, 0 the year before that. So they'd like to have that progress, that curve of progress go up a little bit this year. Love the enthusiasm, as we've talked about a number of times, of Coach Agoric. I think the guys are really buying into that. I think they have maybe a little more talent this year than they did last year, and they'll be fun to watch. We get our first opportunity on Friday when they open their conference schedule, hosting Park Center, and then they are at Mound West Tonka on Saturday. The girls basketball team will open its season next week, hosting non-conference opponent Duluth East. Cardinals should be markedly improved this season. They return the core of last year's squad, and with Deb Peterson now as a more permanent coach, they are optimistic about their chances to show true improvements.
Our pace of play, our tempo of play is going to be a lot different this year. I think a lot more fun to watch, a lot more entertaining. So hopefully we get more fans in the gym cheering us on and spurring us to run more.
The Cardinals' optimism is boundless to start the season. They believe they are the kind of team that will turn heads and make fans want to be in the stands every time they take the court.
We're playing up tempo, we're playing fast, we're playing aggressive. Girls are getting after it in practice, and we're a much more hard-nosed team, if you will, this year already. And I think that's really going to be what we have to rely on as we go through the season, is just being willing to outwork, overlook those mistakes, and just sprint, just go hard.
Getting support from the students and community is definitely something this team would love to see. But their real motivation is the sour taste left in their mouths after a subpar season last year. The Cardinals returned a lot of players from that team, and they all spent time in the offseason doing what they could to improve, something they believe will show when the schedule begins.
I think we're going to be a hard-working team. I do think we're going to work harder than we have before. We usually, like last year, we had a couple players that wanted to take it for themselves, and then this year we work more as a team together.
Developing that team play is still a work in progress, but it's a mission this team is determined to accomplish. Cardinals know that with the right work ethic and mental attitude, there's nothing they can't achieve.
A weakness right now, I would say, is communication, but we're working on that to get it better. And I say we have a lot more positivity this year already than last year, so I think that's a strength we have.
Positivity, speed, and work ethic. Those are the foundations this team believes will help them take the next step towards the program's success. Now they're just chomping at the bit to get the season started so they can show what they're capable of.
But I just want to see what these girls can do in games. They're competitive, they're getting after it. I mean, let's put some opponents out here on the court and see if they can keep up.
So the Cardinals host the Duluth East Greyhounds next Monday and then Elk River next Thursday. And, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we don't have a great idea of what they've got, but they do have quite a bit from last year coming back.
Yeah, and Coach Peterson's excited. In fact, she sent me a message today. She was actually excited to see our winter preview. So I told her we're actually going to shoot it tonight, and hopefully within a day she'll be able to see it. So we'll see if she's really that excited about it once she watches.
Well, and from what the girls were saying and what Coach Peterson was saying, this is a team that's really excited about what they've got. They've really They're going to move it fast. They want to go. They're just like, okay, we've had a week of practice. Let's play.
Should be fun.
Let's play ball.
Yep.
And we will get definitely some opportunity to see them here on CTN. Here is what we have coming up for you. We've got girls hockey against Elk River on Tuesday. We've got boys basketball against Park Center on Friday. And then we'll see the boys hockey team as they take on Andover next Tuesday, December 8th. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN for the entire crew, including the master of mustache machismo, Howie Shapiro. I'm his apprentice, mini mustache, Joe Young. Good night.